Yes, good day everyone. We're going to take a look at the first paragraph of simplifying and powers, which is all about simplifying certain expressions. That's why this paragraph is called just simplifying. What kind of expressions we will look at? Well, we already taken a look at when all the operations are plus or minus in something like this. But it can also be that some are factors, right? So here we have 4 times 3a plus 5 times 6a. So if you now want to calculate this, you must remember the correct order of operations. And therefore, we first have to multiply this part and multiply that part. And then take a look, can I, after that, add them up in this case? So here 4 times 3a becomes 12a and 5 times 6a becomes 30a. So your intermediate step, which you have to write down by the way, is 12a plus 30a. Those are like terms, they have the same letters. So now I can say 12a plus 30a gives me 42a. So 3a times 2b minus 8a times minus b becomes first the first thing 6ab, then the second thing. The book says this is the operation minus from doing something minus something, so they leave it there and they say 8a times minus b. That gives me minus 8ab, and then you should remember that you have minus minus, that becomes plus, right? If you would have done minus 8a times minus b, then you find positive 8ab, but then you should remember to write down a plus sign, because then you could say there's not really an operation sign here. Well, it becomes a plus. So it becomes which way you're going to take a look at that minus sign. You will always should find 6ab plus 8ab. Like terms, ab and ab, so I can add them up. It gives me 14ab. Here, there is one thing that's different, right? Can you see what's different in this question? Well, I think the first step is the same. Oh, I see I haven't included it. I can just write it, right, if I want to. Let's write it. And I have to start up my tablet. Oh, so enormously bad preparation on my part. But we can try to fix it. We are going to fix it. Right. You could say 3a times 6a times 2b, becomes 6ab plus 5a times 3c becomes 15ac. Are those like terms? No, they aren't, right? Because I have something ab and something ac. All letters should be the same. So I cannot add those two terms up. So this is where I end. This is my final answer. You don't have to write down now cannot be simplified. Cannot be simplified. Some people do that, some students. But you have already simplified. So if your question was simplify, yeah, I have simplified. You don't have to say afterward that this cannot be simplified anymore. So you don't do this. Just write down this, and that's your final answer. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, and these are the kind of questions that you can expect this paragraph. They are all of the same kind of what I've just shown you. So take a look whether you can find the answers of those individually right now. Let's do them very quickly. And you can always stop the video to try for yourself first, right? Here, 5 times 3a and 8 times 4a gives me 15a plus 32a is 47a. Here, this gives me 10xy. 3x times minus 3y gives me minus 9xy. Remember, plus minus becomes minus. If you would immediately write down this, immediately write down 10xy minus 9xy, that's enough for me. You can skip this intermediate step if you want to, but you have to write down this one. Please do. Here 3a times minus 2b plus a times 2b becomes minus 6ab plus 2ab. Gives me minus 4ab. And here minus 3 times a is minus 3a. And this becomes plus 10a. Gives me 7a. There is a mistake in your book here. You see I already corrected it. Your book just stops here. I think they made a translation error. They just say minus 3a plus 10a, stop. No, you don't have to stop. These are like terms, so please add them up and find 7a. So that's a mistake in your English version of numbers in space. Okay? Practice this enough because questions like this, they are new for you now, but in the end you should be able to calculate them fairly quickly. And this is the paragraph to start practicing that. And I know that's not sometimes the most fun thing to do because you say, sir, I already practiced 4 of them. I did them all correctly. Do I really have to practice the 5th one? Yes, you have to, because practice makes perfect. Okay? Good luck, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the lesson.